Minasan, konnichiwa. Have you ever used or heard expressions such as a pre-enjoyed vehicle, a cozy space, that special time of the month, morning breath, or genuine imitation leather? These are all examples of something in English called euphemisms, saying a nicer word instead of saying something that's unpleasant. Welcome to Jen's Jyugyou. My name is Jen, and today we're going to take a look at 15 different euphemisms plus the 5 that were in today's introduction. First, we should talk about what a euphemism is and why it's important in English. A euphemism is an expression that's used to say something that is rude, embarrassing, or unpleasant, to say that thing in a nicer way. So you're indirectly telling somebody about something that seems to be unpleasant. And this is a trick that's used in advertising a lot. So in the example, you could hear a pre-enjoyed vehicle. Basically, this means a used car. But if you say used car versus pre-enjoyed, which one sounds nicer? Of course, pre-enjoyed sounds nicer, which is why people will use this expression. Genuine imitation leather basically means fake leather, vinyl. Do you want to buy a vinyl jacket or a genuine imitation leather jacket? Maybe some products are being sold to women to help them with that special time of the month. Basically, it means the woman's on her period. This sucks. There's nothing special about it. But this euphemism is used to describe the time of the month when you may need things like pads and tampons. In real estate, you might hear the expression a cozy room or a cozy apartment. Basically, this means it's very small and cramped and there's not very much space at all. So it is cozy, which sounds much more pleasant than tiny with no space. And in toothpaste commercials or gum commercials, you might hear the expression morning breath. This gum will help you to get rid of morning breath. Basically, this expression means your breath smells terrible. You have bad breath. Stinky breath, it's terrible. But we're going to use the expression morning breath. Those are 5 examples of euphemisms that you can often hear in advertising. But in today's lesson, we're going to take a look at 15 euphemisms that are used in daily conversations, in daily life, to help talk about unpleasant things. Number 1. There are many euphemisms for the same thing in English because it's a really unpleasant thing. Let me tell you the euphemisms and see if you can guess what they mean in more direct English. He passed away. He has gone to a better place. He is dearly departed. He died. The person is dead if you are using this euphemism. Also, if someone's in an accident and you're waiting in the hospital and the doctor comes out and the doctor says to you, he didn't make it. He died. And sometimes elderly or sick people might use the euphemism, before I go, I want to do blah, blah, blah. Or before I go, I wish I could see blah, blah, blah. Before I die, I want to do blah, blah, blah. Before I die, I want to see blah, blah, blah. These are all euphemisms meaning to be dead, to die. Number 2 is also connected to death, unfortunately. This expression is used if we're talking about a pet, an animal that we really, really love. This expression is to put him to sleep. So maybe you have a dog, you need to put him to sleep. Basically, this means to euthanize the animal. You are killing the animal because medically it cannot continue to live or it's in pain. So you are euthanizing it. The euphemism is to put to sleep. You are killing the animal. Number 3, there are 2 euphemisms for the same thing. One of them is the facts of life. The other is the birds and bees. Maybe a father will sit down with his son and say, "Son, I need to tell you the facts of life." Or a mother might sit down with her daughter and say, "Honey, it's time I taught you about the birds and bees." Both of these euphemisms mean information about sex. Where do babies come from? You are teaching people about sex. The facts of life, the birds and bees, are both euphemisms for learning about sex. Euphemism number 4. Again, many euphemisms to say the same thing. See if you can guess what it is. We have make love, sleep together, go all the way. All of these euphemisms mean to have sex. Euphemisms for having sex. A nice euphemism, which your boss might say to you, could be, "I'm afraid we're going to have to let you go. I'm sorry, but we need to dismiss you. Unfortunately, we are downsizing. You have been fired. You no longer have a job and you don't work for that boss anymore." Euphemism number 6. I am between jobs at the moment. Between jobs. This means you are unemployed. You don't have a job. You are looking for another job, but right now, no work and maybe even no money. Number 7. The production was unfortunately canceled due to creative differences. Creative differences basically means that the actors, writers, directors, dancers, singers, they're not able to get along with each other. They're having too many fights and disagreements and arguments, so they can no longer work together and the production is unfinished. Number 8. Headwinds, hiccups, and speed bumps. We have experienced a few hiccups along the way. Problems, failures, difficulties, things that are getting in the way of you being successful. Euphemism number 9. 2 euphemisms that are used in the news or used when talking about criminal behavior. So when the police are looking for someone, they usually call this a person of interest. Person of interest. A suspect in a crime. A criminal suspect. We also like to use the word correctional facility. Jail, prison. Number 10. Sometimes bodily functions may seem impolite or embarrassing. So we might say that someone has broken wind. Broken wind. You farted. Number 11. We could say, especially about politicians, that they are economical with the truth. Economical with the truth. You're a big fat liar. Economical with the truth. You're a liar. Number 12. Of course, if there is an older person, we can say that they are elderly. But if we want to be really polite and use euphemistic language, we might say about an older woman that she is postmenopausal. We might also call older people senior citizens. Senior citizens. That person is old. Old, old, old. Old people, old person. It's rude to say that though, so that's why we have euphemisms. Number 13. My mother makes jokes about this and says that she is vertically challenged. Vertically challenged. She is so short. Very short. Number 14. We also have the expression chronologically challenged. Chronologically challenged. I love my best friend, but she's a little bit chronologically challenged. She is always late. Never on time. Late for everything. Number 15. We can say that somebody is horizontally challenged or big boned. Big boned is a euphemism for fat, overweight. In one of my other videos, I also mentioned that instead of calling someone fat, you could use the word chubby or bigger or larger. Please check out a video I made called Don't Call Me Fat. You can check it out over here. So today, you learn 15 different euphemisms plus 5 more from the introduction for a total of 20 different euphemisms that we use in English. So next time you're talking to somebody in English, if you need to say something unpleasant to them, try using a euphemism to be more polite in English. I hope that these expressions will be easy for you to use and understand when you hear other people using them. And now it's time for Question of the Day. Today's question is, what euphemisms have you heard or have you used in English? It could be some from today's lesson, or it could be a different euphemism because there's others in English as well. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to Jen's Jyugyou and liking this video. I hope to see you in the next lesson. Mina, benkyo, ganbatte ne! Ja ne!